Hello, hello, everybody. So we are going to get started with SWOT analysis. Trying to find to make sure that it's recording. Okay, yes, it is. I see it. All right, so we did this presentation last Monday for our team webinar, and I forgot to hit record, so I wanted to just go through it for the people who were not able to be on the webinar. So we are going to talk about strengths, which is the S, W, which is weaknesses, O, which is opportunities, and then T, which are threats. So basically, SWOT analysis is a useful technique for understanding your strengths and weaknesses, and for identifying both the opportunities open to you and the threats that you face. And we're specifically referring to your business, obviously. So why would you want to do a SWOT analysis? Well, first off, it helps you carve a sustainable niche in your market, and it can also help you develop your career in a way that takes best advantage of your talents, abilities, and opportunities. And this is going to be really fast. It only took like 14 minutes before. But why else would you want to do a SWOT analysis? So by looking at yourself and your competitors using the SWOT framework, you can start to craft a strategy that helps distinguish yourself from your competitors so that you can compete successfully in your market. By understanding your weaknesses of your business, you're able to manage and eliminate threats that you'd otherwise be caught unaware of. All right, so when we start with our SWOT analysis, the first thing that we want to identify is our strengths. So what advantages do you have over other consultants in this business? What is going to set you apart? What do you do better than anyone else? What is unique, or what are some low-cost resources that you can draw upon that others can't? And it doesn't necessarily have to be low-cost resources, but what connections and resources do you have that you can draw upon that other consultants may not have that connection to? What do your customers see as your strengths? So if you're not sure of that, ask them. So I would ask customers that have come back to you repeatedly, hey, I noticed that you've bought from me repeatedly, and I'm really trying to build my business and focus on my strengths and weaknesses. So what keeps you coming back to me? And just really ask them the honest question to see what it is that's drawing them toward you. Is it the fact that you get things shipped out really well? Is it that you provide great communication or customer service and that you respond to them quickly? Is it your packaging? Do they like to shop from you because you're local and maybe you need to kind of corner a little bit more of the local market? So just reaching out to them to see what it is that you're doing right so that you can build upon that and build that niche. So what do your team members see as your strength? So the whole other part of this is our team, not just our customers and our sales. But when I did SWOT analysis, I actually reached out to a few of my leaders and asked about my weaknesses. It's always easier, right? Well, I think most of us can identify our strengths a little bit easier than it is to identify our weaknesses, because sometimes we're a little bit blind to them, but it doesn't mean that we don't have them. I think that every single weakness that was brought to the plate for me, I was able to say, yeah, I can totally see that. Like, I might not have thought about that as a weakness, but you are absolutely right. That is something that I do. So reaching out to your team members, whether it be asking them about your strengths or your weaknesses, might be very helpful. And then again, we already spoke about what keeps your customers coming back to you. So when we think about weaknesses, we want to think about what could we improve. Are we not shipping out in the first 48 hours? Is it taking you, 72 to 96 hours to ship things out? When people comment on your posts, are you not responding back to them? Are you not posting in your group regularly? Are you not having enough new inventory to turn over and to build motivation in your group? Are you focusing on one form of social media and not another? Are you focusing on one way of sales, like multis, instead of focusing on your VIP group, or focusing on pro hostesses, or focusing on in-homes or vendor events? Or, there's so many different ways that we can represent our business. Are there areas in which you could represent your business that you're not currently? So what could you improve? What should you avoid? Are you spending time in a lot of the negative Facebook pages instead of working on income producing activities? What else should you avoid? Are you buying a lot of inventory at wholesale that's not, the new patterns from LuLaRoe? Which I do have a changed stance on this kind of recently, because I've needed to sell off some things wholesale in order to be able to place orders and build that motivation in my group. And just like Patrick and Mark always say at home office, your inventory is new to new customers. It's not old or stale to them. So, I had a swap at my house once, and I specifically remember getting a few things from Jen Branch. And as soon as I got them, they sold. And one of them I loved so much that I kept myself. And so she had them forever. And there was this one Randy that somebody couldn't get rid of for months. And I think the first week I had it, I sold that Randy. So, getting selling your stuff at wholesale could potentially be a way of getting new eyes on inventory, and it can be a way for you to have to place an order. If you need to sell something wholesale in order to place an order, to get new inventory and build that momentum in your group, then that's fine. If you don't have enough money to place an order through LuLaRoe, and you feel like buying something wholesale from other people is going to help bring some new stuff in to show your customers and build momentum in your group, then I support that. Whatever you feel like you need to do in order to build momentum in your group, I would just avoid doing it routinely, and not ordering from LuLaRoe at all. Our sales our payments are going to be based on sales now. It's not going to be based on what you are ordering from LuLaRoe. So it doesn't, give me any financial gain to tell you to buy from LuLaRoe. So that is absolutely not why I'm telling you that. But most people are placing things on wholesale pages because it's been a little bit difficult for them to sell. And again, we can look at that two different ways. Is it going to be difficult for you to sell, or is it going to be easy just because you have a different customer base? So I definitely have more of an open perspective to that now, and I support you in any way that you choose to operate your business in order to keep it afloat, because we have to admit that things are difficult right now. And if we need to be buying or selling at wholesale in order to keep things afloat and to ride this wave, then that's what we need to do. What are your customers likely to see as your weaknesses? Are you posting negative things on your personal Facebook page that they may see? Are you talking about LuLaRoe poorly and they're able to see that? We already talked about not shipping very quickly. Are your packaging, your attention to packaging detail not very good? Are you just kind of wadding things up and putting it in a bag and not presenting them with something that they feel like is special? What factors lose your sales? Are you not responding to posts quick enough? Are you not answering questions regarding inventory in a timely manner? Are you not posting frequently enough? Tons of different things to think about for weaknesses. So opportunities. A useful approach when looking at opportunities is to look at your strengths and ask yourself whether they open up any opportunities. So if you say, yeah, I definitely do have some connections to such and such, and I really think that I might be able to set up here, or that they might be able to connect me to this big, huge event because we've been great friends for 10 years and they helped to run this event. Look at those strengths and see if it's able to open up any opportunities for you. Alternatively, look at your weaknesses and ask yourself whether that could open up opportunities by eliminating them. Are your weaknesses, is one of your weaknesses the fact that you're really shy and you are afraid to ask people for help? Are you very intimidated to go to people that you may have connections with to say, hey, can you help me? Maybe if you can work on that weakness, you might be able to open up a huge opportunity for yourself. So what good opportunities can you spot? What local events could you become a part of? What technology could you take advantage of? Do you think that it might help your business if you were to use Row With Me or Shop the Row or something like that in order to upload your inventory so that you could partake in more events, so that you can keep better track of sold inventory? Are you aware of any interesting trends that you can incorporate into your business? Can you change any social or lifestyle patterns in order to open up a new opportunity? Has your kiddo been asking to take swim lessons and you're like, no, because, you're too busy, whatever. Going to those swim classes might open up a whole pool of people for you to be able to say, oh yeah, I am wearing a Carly. I sell LuLaRoe, actually. Here's a card. Or, one of the activities that your children participate in, could you potentially do a fundraiser for? So I'm not asking you to change who you are as a person, but if you could potentially change some social or lifestyle patterns in order to open up a new opportunity, that might give you, the opportunity to be able to meet new people and hand out cards and to really market your clothing with, getting out there and allowing people to see you. Is there a different population to approach? Maybe you have been focusing on, a certain group of people in your VIP group, and you've been alienating another population of people. Maybe if you're doing a photo shoot, we need to include people of different sizes and different races and different ages to be able to show that LuLaRoe does appeal to the masses and not just to one particular population. And also going back on that, do we prejudge people when we see people and think, oh, they wouldn't wear LuLaRoe, or they probably wouldn't want to host a party because they're super duper successful. I don't think they'd ever want to sell it because they already make really great money. It's really easy to prejudge people. So when you look at anybody, you can see them as a potential customer, a potential hostess, or a potential team member. And most of the people who I feel like are some of my best customers, or some people who have joined my team, are people that I probably would have prejudged and thought that would have never been interested. So definitely when you are working your 72-hour game plan, do so, and I've talked about this before, do so without judgment. If you write down that name and that name comes to you, don't then second guess it later and say, nah, I really don't think that they would be interested. They only shop from this one particular place. Their new one particular place could be you. So threats, what obstacles do you face? What are your competitors doing? Is technology changing? Do you have bad debt or cash flow problems? Are you really bad at time management? Is your attitude a threat? Do you have a negative attitude that's threatening your business right now? Are you suffering from the comparison trap? And could any of these weaknesses seriously threaten your business? Potentially. So, really looking at the threats is helpful. Some other threats to us right now: consultants not abiding by policy and procedure. Going out of business sales are a threat right now. So the focus, you want to, focus on working on these strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Really looking at this analysis and deciding on a game plan and something that you can focus on, even if it's just one of those things, which I'd actually not recommend that you look at all of them. Look and see what you're going to work on now. Look at the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats to your business, and pick 3 areas in which you think that you'd like to focus on. I want you to, in the beginning, identify definitely more than that, but once you get that all written down, think of 3 different things that you could focus on to improve your business. Because if you focus on everything, there's nothing that's most important. So if everything is most important, nothing is. So really, really try to use the SWOT analysis to identify 3 different areas in which your business could improve, 3 different opportunities that you could take, 2 strengths that you could build upon, and 1 weakness that you can try to eliminate something, but focus on just 3 areas in order to improve. So our challenge is to complete a SWOT analysis of your business. We really want you to look at what you're great at and identify that. I want you to look at where you need to improve and identify 3 areas of weaknesses. I want you to find 3 new opportunities in which to work your business, and then find 3 threats to your business and see if you can identify opportunities by eliminating them. So make that list of strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And then I want you to really, once you identify 3 in each of those areas, look and see which specific 3 out of all of them that you can put your focus on right now in order to improve your business. I had posted a Google form on our team page where you can submit your SWOT analysis to me so that I can help to hold you accountable and reach back out to you to communicate with you about those strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, and see which 3 you may have identified that you'd like to work on right now in your business. And that is it. So if you guys have any questions about SWOT analysis, please reach out to me. I rambled a whole lot this recording, and I feel like I said way different things last time than I even did today. It's kind of what happens when you do a presentation twice. You never say the same thing again. If I did it again, I'd probably do a whole different presentation. But anyways, if you guys need me, please reach out to me. I'd be glad to help you perform the SWOT analysis if you need to. And I will be posting this to the page right now. Thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your week.